Hey, what's up, fellows? Yes, it's me. Welcome to IT Edge Network. In this series, I'm showing you how to troubleshoot and fix slow Windows 11 computers step by step, like real IT support, using real world troubleshooting methods. So, are you ready to fix this issue? Let's dig.
Hello guys, so welcome to IT Edge Network. Today we are solving another problem which is a slow startup related. So let's take a look at the ticket. We open the ticket. This is submitted by Bob Peters, and it basically says that my computer takes forever to start. The desktop loads slowly, applications open late, and the system feels sluggish right after login. As a very typical issue that you will deal with on regular basis in help desk. So let's resolve it. So the step number one, we always understand the problem. One major cause of the slow startup performance is too many startup applications. These are programs that automatically launch when you start your Windows. Like when you start your laptop, these programs just launch automatically in the background, and you don't even know it, but they can slow down your machine. So we're going to tackle that and find out what is causing the slowness and how to fix it. Yeah, basically, more startup applications running, the slower the computer may become. So that's something we'll take a look at. So let's move on to step two. Open up the task manager and see what's going on here, right? So we are in the task manager, and then on the left hand side, we have all the options here. Let's go to startup applications. So when you click on that, and these are all the applications that you have in your startup menu right now, and name of the application, publisher, and then status. Pay attention here. They're all enabled. That means when I start my laptop, all of these applications kick in. They start right with the operating system. So can you imagine how much load it's putting on CPU, memory, and all that? So yes, that's a problem. So we're going to fix it. And then another thing I want you to look at is the startup impact. What does that mean? Some of them are not measured, like Windows did not measure them, but some of them are. And if you look at Microsoft OneDrive, look, it says high. That means when you boot up your system, when you start your system, Microsoft OneDrive, which is a cloud based free drive provided by Microsoft, it comes with the account for free. Um, it is launching with the system and it is chewing up the most memory, CPU usage, and all that. So that's why it's listed as high. Another one is Logitech, which is most likely your mouse, like external mouse, internal mouse, external devices, things like that. And yes, but look at the Windows security notification. It's low impact. That means it quietly runs in the background and it does not take up a lot of resources. So it may not affect your system performance, but OneDrive and all the other applications will for sure. Um, Number three, step three, identify high impact startup applications. Right. So we just did that. What other application? What are the common example of application which can slow down your machine? And they're most likely heavy duty applications. Common example include like gaming launchers, chat application, messengers, like Cloud Sync, which is OneDrive we just mentioned. Music applications also take up a lot of resources, right? They run in the background quietly, but they eat up a lot of resources. So that can also slow down your startup. And any unnecessary vendor utilities that you have installed, um, um, and maybe sometimes you don't even know if they're there. So that those are the things we want to take a look and maybe remove them. Let's move on to step number four. So let's go back to startup applications. If any application does not need to be launched automatically, you can simply disable it, right? Disabling startup application does not uninstall the program. Let me just tell you that right now. You're not uninstalling anything. You're just disabling it. You don't want it to start when you start your laptop. So you're just telling him, hey, stop, don't start. I will start you when I need you. Basically, that's what you're saying. If only it only prevents it from launching automatically during startup, right? Um, so let's say if we look at this menu right here on my in my case, let's disable a couple of them. Let's say um, Microsoft 365 Copilot. Do you need it right at the startup? I don't think so. So you just highlight it and go on the top right, and where it says disable, just hit disable. Now you see it ended up in the bottom here, and right here it says disable. So that's how you basically disable them. Um, so why startup applications slow computers down? Right, that's one of the questions. When too many applications launch at the same time, they basically compete for the resources. They compete for CPU, they compete for memory, disk usage. Right here, see, all of the CPU memory, they all spike. They go up because these applications are fighting for it. Hey, give me that. Give me some memory. Give me some CPU. Right. So that's what's happening here. So if they don't need to be there, you just simply disable them, so they will not fight anymore. Right. Um, this can make Windows feel slow immediately after login, basically. Right. Um, Another thing you can try is basically give it a good restart, right? We always talk about this, but we always talk about in the late stages, not the first step. Right click on the start menu and restart. That's simple, good old restart. Will give it a fresh start, and things will smooth up, hopefully. And then let's see, when we move back to step number 7, um, which applications we don't disable. Yes, so we should not disable applications which are antivirus related or security software, like, for example, Microsoft Defender, or if you have something like McAfee or Sophos or something like that, you need your system absolutely need it. So if any of the antivirus is listed in your startup applications, leave it there. Like this guy right here, you don't want to disable it, just leave it there. Windows security notification, yeah, leave it there. um let's see, another thing you don't want to disable it is graphic drivers and control, like Nvidia. Right, this thing or anything listed under Nvidia or AMD or Intel, something like that, they're graphic related. What is that? Is basically like if you're a gamer, you're gaming, or high resolution. You want your laptop screen to look high resolution, right? So if you disable the graphics, you can still see, but the things may be blurry, things may not be clear, things like that. So you do want graphic drivers to boot up. That's fine. Audio drivers is another thing. Otherwise, you cannot hear the music or the sound, right? So you need that. Touchpad is another one that you wanna. If anything listed under Synaptics or Elon or something like that, leave it there. Do not disable it, because this can cause problem later on. So yeah, don't disable it. Look over here, something like, for example, Xbox, right? It's gaming console, right? We don't need this. We don't want. You're not playing game right as soon as you start your laptop, or maybe some of you do, but as a help desk at IT, or if it's a work related computer, you don't need Xbox. So what you do is select Xbox and go disable right there, and boom, Xbox is disabled now. We don't need it. It's not a priority. So yeah, I was talking about what not to disable, right? And yeah, another one is OneDrive, like backup or cloud sync, like OneDrive, or if you have Google Drive or something like Box or Dropbox, don't disable it. Your system needs it because you're backing up something there, or you need it to access folders and files. So you don't need to do this. Anything like HP, like printer utilities, you need it because as soon as you have your laptop ready, you want to print, right? So you want printer connected to your laptop or your desktop. So you want the printer utilities, webcams, Bluetooth, because if you disable Bluetooth, your external mouse or keyboard or your headphones, like Bose or Sony, whatever you have, they may not work because Bluetooth is disabled. So things like that. But what is okay to disable? Right here, Spotify, things like music. Like I said, music gotta go. You don't need it unless you need it, basically. Anything Adobe related, like cloud, Creative Cloud, yeah, they're heavy. They're very heavy. So yeah, if you don't need it, just disable it. Microsoft Teams is another one. You don't need it all the time running in the background. It's taking up, or the startup. You don't need it. For example, Microsoft is really sneaky about this. If you open up your Microsoft Teams, this is Microsoft Teams, and if you go to settings, look, auto start team option is checked, and they do it by default because they want you to have it ready all the time and running. So what you want to do is just uncheck that option, because you don't want it to start when you're starting up your laptop, because obviously this thing is can take a lot of resources and slow down your computer at the boot up. And we already took care of gaming launcher like Xbox or anything, and MS messengers, chatting tools, chatting apps. Yeah, you don't need them unless you need them, basically. So yeah, those are the things you want to just watch out. The goal is to reduce unnecessary startup load without affecting important system functions, basically, right? Be careful not to disable, like I mentioned, security, graphics, or audio, or anything. So yeah, so that's about it. Think this is how real IT support approaches slow startup issues, right? So now you know. So you can ask like what applications are launching automatically, which ones are unnecessary, and which ones are consuming system resources during startup, things like that. So remember, we isolate the issue first, not randomly disabling everything, right? We isolate, and yeah, so that's it. And then we go back to resolution right here, real quick. I have it set up. I'm just going to copy this and put it in the ticket so we have it for our records. Um, Back here, paste, and boom, and then hit send. And now it's part of your ticket. Let's just review it real quick. You You open Task Manager, we check startup applications, we identified high impact applications, we disabled unnecessary startup programs, and tested performance after restarting, right? So these are the things we check, and that should be able to resolve the issue for Mr. Bob Peters. He's our good old client, and we want to take care of him. So yeah, guys, that's how you go after this problem and solve it and help us. Hopefully, this video was helpful to you. And that's how real IT support would troubleshoot this slow computer issue step by step, basically, right? Do check out rest of the playlist, and do check out my future videos coming up. I'm trying to put everything. I'm trying to put at least one video per day, so we have like a whole bunch of tickets resolved, and you can just go through them, and you have the first hand knowledge, right? And yeah. And make sure you give me a thumbs up when you watch the video. If you like it, give me a thumbs up and share it with your friends, right? All right, so I will see you in my next video. Take care of yourself. Bye-bye.
And that's exactly how an IT support would diagnose and fix slow computer issues in a real world. If you want to learn the real world IT troubleshooting skills, make sure you like and subscribe and check out the rest of the playlist. I'll see you in my next video.